A lot of the shows were very inspirational uh, to see what people were doing and talking with the different artists that came in through. I got to know so many of them because they would come in for the show or drive up, bring their work. So I think, yeah, one was I tended to be influenced by a lot of people at that time. And I remember one day Roy Setzel lived down the street, and he used to come in. We'd have lunch in the little furnace room, and he'd come by to say hello to everybody and bring a piece or two in for the sales gallery. And I mentioned to Lydia, "How come you haven't given Roy a show?" She said, "He's not ready yet." And then one day she said, "I think it's time that, Roy, why don't you have a show?" She was very careful and very calculated about weighing out who should have a show and who shouldn't. Was very judicial in how she did that. And generally it was people that would come through, or people that would carried in the sales gallery, that finally decided to give them a show. And then people from Seattle would come down with their work, and from the University, Bob James had a show there. It was interesting to see how this all developed, because to have a show there was a big, big thing to do, because there was no other place to have a one-person ceramic show or a weaving show. Those early days, it was kind of hard for me because I was paid a very small salary, so the idea was that I would work and sell things and make the rest of the salary through sales. So I started making a lot of things that were not necessarily important pieces, but saleable pieces, like people pots and owls and things like that I knew would sell. Every couple of years I would have enough time to do a major show, and that was always fun, exciting, and that changed, of course, over a period of time. So it wasn't just working full-time at my own work, but a lot of it was just a matter of surviving, too.